If you rode off into the sunset from DFW west on Highway 20, you would run into a trifecta of South Panhandle Plains state parks: Big Spring, Lake Colorado City, and Abilene. That was my destination one weekend, except I set out when the sun was rising, driving through some stormy weather into blue skies. Hi, I'm Jay, and this is Big Spring State Park. Though it may have some history, being on the old Comanche War Trail, Big Spring State Park is not one of Texas's larger parks, which gave me an idea. Just decided, that's kind of windy, isn't it? I've just decided that I'm going to run every section of trail in Big Spring, so gotta get ready. I also realized that I brought all this junk, but I did not bring my little fanny pack that I use for running. And I remembered, this is my Gregory 65, 70 liter backpack. It's become my go-to. And this, it has an integrated water sleeve that you can detach and use as a day pack. So I'm gonna take this guy with me on the run. Boasting only one trail, which is less than half a mile to its name, Big Spring does have a scenic overlook. Strava is running, so it's time for me to do the same. Here we are at the top of Scenic Mountain. The scenery, it seems, wind farm, homes, and a hospital? It looks like there's a park down there with a baseball field, and I'm betting that one of the best views of Big Spring State Park is not within Big Spring State Park. So I think I might jog down and paint Scenic Mountain. Finally found the nature trail. I've done every road in the park now, more or less. So I'm gonna run back down to the car, and then I think I'm gonna go paint. Does it even count if I don't do the beginner loop? Just to be a purist about it, I parked here and I missed, can't even be a quarter of a mile. But I'm gonna walk it as my cool down to say I've done every piece of trail. And that's when I hit my first snag. Being so small, Big Spring does not have a visitor center. The guard shed was closed, and this view right here was the closest I was going to get to a state park map. Fortunately, Brandy had just given me these aluminum oil-primed painting panels from Trifecta, and I happened to bring one with me just in case, so I'm still good to go. I'm not saying one needs inspiration to make art, but this is not the most inspirational view I've ever seen. I might keep looking around. While scouting for locations at this nearby park, I saw the cool helicopter, but I thought, I'm here to paint state parks, and I saw a little trail. I thought to myself, maybe I could run up there and see this cool view. And you, dear viewer, seeing this for the first time, might be wise enough to say, weren't you just up there? Don't you know what's there? Yes, I should have known better, but my weary mind said, jog up that trail, see what it looks like. Maybe it'll be a good view for painting. Nope, can't see anything. Whew. Well, let's try something else. So it was back down the hill to follow the original plan, and honestly, I think it worked out best that way. Can you tell that it's windy? As I'm setting up, I'm not as much worried about the wind as I am about the sun. I gotta get out of the sun for a little bit. I don't want to set up anything that's gonna cause me to rush. I've been rushing lately. I'm gonna try to slow down. With Scenic Mountain in my line of sight, I put my ACM panel on my James Gurney-inspired homemade easel and load my palette with titanium white, yellow ochre light, cadmium yellow light, Venetian red, manganese blue, viridian, and I figured at the last minute I'd put on burnt umber. That proved to be useful, as I would use burnt umber to block in my drawing and get the basic shapes. The clouds are blowing overhead, the sand is getting kicked up in my face at this point, And I try to enter into my normal process, paint background to foreground, establish my dark values, establish my highest chroma, and then I try to go for a textural rendering of the Texas sagebrush that's lining the hill. And I'm pretty pleased with the result in the end. I feel like it's a faithful view of Scenic Mountain and a great memento of my day in Big Spring State Park. So that's State Park number 2 finished, and it's time to head out across those blustery West Texas plains. The windmills are blowing, the cows are lowing, and the oil derricks are pumping, and not much else is going on. It's just cows, oil derricks, and windmills, maybe some tumbleweed, and wide open spaces, which, if you ask me, I'm perfectly happy with. What a great day in West Texas, and I'm excited for the next stop, Lake Colorado City State Park.